Aloha, everyone. It was another solid session for the stock market. The NASDAQ was up 0.34%. Volume heavier than the session before. That's good. Overall, volume still is pretty tame, but we're breaking out to new highs in the NASDAQ, so all is well. And the NASDAQ 100 still was up today, producing another pocket pivot point. It is pretty oversold on the short term, so if the market pulls back here, do not be surprised. The Russell 2000 also moving higher, leading the way up 0.92%. Look at its relative strength line, the white, big, thick bar at the bottom of the screen, starting to show some momentum behind the move in the price. The stock index is still not overbought, so we still have room to go. Russell 2000 is looking good, and obviously the Dow Jones Industrial Average, New York Stock Exchange, S&P 500, blah, 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 blah. All right, so today we actually do have a few sells. Full sell in BXC. BXC is a pure failure. We held it just because we were holding that 860 area of support. We broke it today on very heavy volume. That is a complete goner. So BXC, we are now completely out. RAD, after gapping down, it appeared that it could find support and move higher. Got a good fill in the morning the next day, but now we're following through again on the downside, and this distribution is really piled up and really is making this chart not look that healthy anymore. So RAD is a 75% sell. The reason why it's not 100% is that we didn't clearly crack and break the 50-day moving average. And technically, we're still holding above what I would consider my ultimate final cut loss level, which is going to be, sorry, pressed the wrong button, which is going to probably be, right around 696, 697. However, let's say that it closes at 698 on huge volume below the 50-day moving average, we're out. We won't need to see that go. But since that is the low, and since we are right at the 50, still holding above the lows of the gap down day, I'll give it another day. Let's see what RAD does, but that's 75% sell. AVB, also similar situation, got a breakout. Worse, following through immediately, giving us some gains. But in the past 2 days, it's given all those gains back. It's doing it now with heavier volume. TSV MACD is rolling over, so all of our technical indicators confirm this. Since we're closing in the price range and so many other stocks are doing good, this will also be at a 75% sell. We're holding it once again because my ultimate low of days, which you could do 139.52 or 139.07, is still holding. So if we close below 139, AVB will be completely gone. We do have quite a few signals tonight. Not in love with any of them. ATVI, nice breakout pocket pivot point buy signal. Kiwi, nice breakout pocket pivot point buy signal. INXN, nice breakout pocket pivot point buy signal. IDTI, nice breakout pocket pivot point buy signal. HZMP, nice breakout pocket pivot point buy signal. TOR, nice breakout pocket pivot point buy signal. I like all of these stocks, but HZMP, it's not closing near its high of the day on the session. Had kind of a weak close. Going to avoid. IDTI looked great until the end of the day. Looks like there was some distribution happening following the breakout. This could easily follow through, but maybe if I can get it more near the 50-day moving average, I'll be way more interested. Also, if BOP was higher than the previous BOP over here, even then maybe I would also be more stoked on the stock overall. The best one I'm passing on is INXN, multiple pocket pivot point signals, but I looked at it intraday and I had to make the choice because I only have about 2.5% of my portfolio in cash. So either I got to do 5% or 2.5% in this one or this one, GWPH. I've chosen GWPH based on the long-term chart pattern, the breakout of what appears to be a cup with very long handle pattern on back-to-back strong volume days, and also intraday it has a strong close. So let's go to those charts. So you can see INXN had a nice close, but you can see it kind of trades a little thin throughout the day. And then we go and we look at like IDTI. You can see at the end of the day the sell-off at the end. HZMP coming off the highs on heavy volume and even a weak close at the end. TOR seemed to have found resistance at those old highs and from the early morning, sold off at the end. Kiwi kind of rounding out and more selling at the end of the day. So really, and ATVI was good actually. So ATVI had a nice strong pattern, but GWPH and INXN had better technical patterns. And if I had to pick between INXN and GWPH based on the intraday trading, GWPH wins. It's also a more expensive stock. It's marijuana related. Big fan of those stocks going forward, as that quote quote drug is proven to be more beneficial than harmful as we go along. So GWPH is breaking out. This will be a new long position. It's only going to be 2.5% of my account portfolio because that's all the cash I have. I don't have anything more, anything less. We'll be raising a little bit of money with AVB and RAD and BXC cells. So if we do get a new signal tomorrow, we can go long. If it closes below the low of day, that's your first cut loss signal. And if you're brave, you can use the 50-day moving average and or possibly the lows here of 66.32. You could also maybe use the low of 67.51. However, if the 50-day moving average starts to turn and trend up like it should, I will go ahead and use the 50-day moving average as my final cut loss sell signal and or the 66.32 low. But GWPH looks good. Also want to know it was a successful day with one-day trade that we did do intraday, or that I did do, ACHN. The purchase was made here when it was making this little like handle-like position after finding higher and higher support. The stock started to break out on volume. We got long at the $4 area. Took partial profits up here around the 435 areas where I took my first partial profits, and then also around the 465 area took more partial profits, and then finally sold out the entire position with that red bar there and got out at 442. So a very successful trade in ACHN today. And also I alerted Zixi right after the breakout. Was given at the time it was trading around 354 whenever the alert was given on our end, and as you can see, it finished strong. This is not something though I would have played. It just was a good alert. ACHN is more what I'm looking for, obviously, with the volume. There were other stocks that we were watching intraday, obviously, like IDIX, but it did not have the intraday consolidation necessary. Do you see higher lows here? No. So that's why this was not a good selection. Thank you.